Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to talk more about the Hise breathing squat, and in particular the methods and techniques that Joseph Curtis Hise used when he initially developed the breathing squat. After talking about the history of the breathing squat very recently, I received several questions such as what frequency did John Hise use when training using the 20 rep squat? For another example was how he breathed when he actually was performing the breathing squat, or how long he actually used the 20 rep squat method for, as well as many other questions. So today I thought I would go into great detail into John Hise's method of the breathing squat. Enjoy. Now just to quickly recap, John Hise's successful experiments with the development of the breathing squat started at the age of 25 when he weighed just 200 pounds. After 5 years, he grew to eventually weighing 298 pounds, almost 300 pounds. And we're talking about this occurring over 5 years. So over a 5-year transformation, he actually gained almost 100 pounds. It's pretty incredible. And by the age of 30, he almost weighed 300 pounds and actually was able to squat almost 600 pounds, squatting 580 pounds and sporting the following measurements: arms of 19.5 inches, a chest of 56 inches, and thighs of 33 inches, all at a height of 5'10". Pretty incredible. What's significant to note is that his chest, when he actually started at the age of about 25, his chest was about 43 inches. Now we're talking all the way up to 56 inches in growth. I mean, we're talking about a 13-inch increase in growth. That's incredible. And all by simply performing the 20 rep breathing squat in combination with heavy curls, shrugs, and overhead presses for 5 years. That's how long he actually performed this program for. So that answers one of the major questions. He actually performed it for 5 years, in which he gained 100 pounds in body weight. And by the way, it's also incredible to note that he gained these 13 inches without doing bench presses. And this is what's so amazing about the breathing squat. It will definitely increase the size of your chest, even though you're not doing direct chest work, because of the breathing technique that expands the rib cage. Now I'd like to detail how John Hise initially performed the breathing squat when he first developed it, and emphasize the importance on breathing. To quote John Hise himself, breathing is key. You're not supposed to just do one breath per rep, but you're supposed to do several breaths per rep, actually 3 to 5 breaths or more in between each rep. And so as he states, the 20 squats should take overall, if you were to count every single breath that you're doing during one set of 20 squats, it should take about 60 breaths. That's how long it should take at the very least. And by the end of it, you should feel breathless and exhausted. And this heavy breathing induced by the 20 rep squat method leads to the stretching of the costal cartilage, as we can see in this image here, which increases the size of the rib box. John Hise emphasizes that the great secret to increasing the chest and rib box size without doing any bench press or direct chest work at all is the breathing technique of the 20 rep squat. To quote John Hise again, breathing several times between each rep enhances elimination of waste products that occur in the muscle as one is doing the set. This basically allows one to do more work. Just expanding on this, if you think about it, while you're actually performing the set, if you start breathing more, even though there is more work to do, you're going to be able to complete the set, because the fact that you're breathing means that you're recovering during the set, within the set, and this allows you to do more work and therefore allows one to complete the full 20 repetitions because you partially recover during the set. This allows you to do one more rep, and then you breathe a little bit more, several breaths, and then you do another rep, and therefore eventually you finish those grueling 20 repetitions. However, because the 20 rep squat is hard work, there's no doubt about it, this also leads to breathlessness. However, it is the combination of this hard work and the breathlessness that is induced by the 20 rep squat that increases the demand for breathing. And because you have to simply breathe more because you're basically dying under that weight, this is going to increase your lung capacity. The amount of breaths that are taken because you have to is going to increase the lung capacity and therefore allow your rib cage to expand. This is really key in the expansion of the rib cage when doing the 20 rep squat. Now, of great importance is costal breathing. This cannot be emphasized enough. You're not supposed to breathe into your abdomen. You're supposed to try and breathe into the costal cartilage, into the ribs. Basically, you're supposed to see your rib cage rising and sinking as you breathe. This is very important. You're not supposed to breathe into the abdomen, and this is going to actually help to lead to the rib cage expansion. And overall, the breathing technique that I've just explained, that John Hise talked about so much back then in the 1930s, is truly the great secret of the breathing squat. Now, in the many writings that exist from John Hise, he gives many of his tips on how to actually perform the 20 rep breathing squat correctly. For example, he recommends breathing a minimum of 3 to 6 times between each squat. So for example, for the first 10 repetitions, because it's not going to be as hard as the last 10 repetitions, you're going to breathe a little bit less. Even less than 3 reps is acceptable. But once you reach those 10 reps, believe me, you start feeling the hard work and you start feeling how breathless you easily become. And you want to start breathing definitely 3 to 6 times between each squat. With again, focus on costal breathing. By breathing into the ribs, this is going to help stretch the rib cage. For beginners, he recommends that beginners start with 50 to 60 pounds with the goal of eventually using your own body weight as poundage for a 20 rep squat set. So for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, your goal would be to reach a 200 pound 20 rep squat or over. Of course, going over this is very, very advanced. Very important is to also, when you're performing the 20 rep squat, to not round your back. And by that I mean you basically want to keep erect. You want to keep standing straight up and not be rounding your back, because this is going to prevent the costal breathing, which is so important. It's actually going to collapse your chest, and by not sticking your ribs out, by not standing straight up, you're not going to be able to do this very important breathing technique of costal breathing, which is going to prevent the purpose, which is of expanding the rib cage. And to enhance this costal breathing, you want to be doing pullovers, or even another exercise as an example, the Raider chest pull is a great example as well, right after your 20 rep breathing squat set. Very, very important to superset pullovers or the Raider chest pull right after the 20 rep squat set is over. To stay standing straight up and erect, you want to incorporate as well back work and core work. So this involves, for example, adding rows or pull downs as well as core work to keep your back strong, and this allows your chest to elevate because you'll be standing nice and straight. Your back won't give out, your core won't give out during those 10 to 20 repetitions, which at the very end of the set you'll realize is very, very hard. Your whole body starts shaking, you're under the weight and you're battling, your mind is battling against the poundage. You really are, and it's a killer. And if your core is weak or your back is weak, you're going to start collapsing, your chest is going to start collapsing, and if you can't breathe, you can't recover and you can't complete the set. It's very important, therefore, to keep your back and your core strong. And to answer the question of frequency, well, John Hise said in many of his writings that he actually performed the breathing squat 2 times per week, and this should answer the question on frequency. He performed the breathing squat routine twice per week. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the 20 rep squat, highly recommend you get on my website www.goldenerabookham.com and check out Rib Cage and Chest Development by Reg Park. I've published this book myself, and it really does go into the great benefits of the 20 rep squat. Reg Park, as I mentioned, used this program, and in this ebook I describe how he used the 20 rep squat to expand his chest, that is, expand his rib cage, and in combination with his chest development program, really built a phenomenal chest, as you can see clearly in the many photos that are available online of Reg Park. During the 1950s, he had a massive transformation, and it is said that he put several inches on his rib cage and chest by using the 20 rep squat program, as well as combining it with things like the bench press, pull over, etc. You're going to find this all in my new ebook, Rib Cage and Chest Development. It's a great read. Check it out on my website. And if you're also interested in other programs for strength and bulk, please visit my website again. You'll find Reg Park's original 5x5 routines. Both of these great titles and much more are available on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com. So I do hope you've enjoyed this detailed look at John Hise's particular method of breathing, and where I've answered many questions on frequency, on recommendations for beginners. All these different questions I believe have been answered. I've really detailed John Hise's technique and methods in performing the 20 rep breathing squat. If you've enjoyed watching the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm. Leave me your comments, and thank you for watching. I will follow this video up with much more on John Hise. In particular, the next video will most likely be on his invention of the cambered bar. This is why I keep showing the blonde bomber here, Dave Draper, with Arnold, because they're using a cambered bar. And a lot of people don't know about the story of who developed the cambered bar. And the answer to that is John Hise. And I'm going to talk about that later on. You don't see many people using the cambered bar nowadays, but that's going to be my next video on John Hise. If you'd like to continue supporting my research, I do have to acquire a lot of old magazines, old books to get all this information out for you. Please donate via PayPal. You can support me as well by becoming a patron. You can visit my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, where you'll find lots of out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding, as well as self-written books that I've written myself on the old school legends. And you can also get in touch if you wish to collaborate via email. My email is always given below in the description of each video. Once again, thank you for watching, and yeah, this is the Golden Era Bookworm. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Bye for now. Hi everybody, here's a quick announcement from Old School Labs, one of my sponsors. They're giving away 20 free products if you simply follow the rules as listed. You like the post on Instagram that I'll be actually putting in the description in the description of this video. You've got to like the post, so click on the link, like the post, follow Old School Labs, and tag a friend, and give a comment. Give a comment, and that'll count as an entry. As you can read there, the more comments you give, the more chances you have of winning, because each comment counts as one entry. On top of that, they also have a special offer where you can get 20% off all their products on Amazon. That's right, on Amazon.com. You simply use the code START2020, and you can go through all their different products. Use that code to get 20% off. So either way, you're going to win. You're going to get rewarded with a 20% off discount, even if you don't get one of these 20 free products in the giveaway. Okay, that's it. And yeah, check it out, Old School Labs. Thanks. To take full advantage of my affiliation with NSP Nutrition and Old School Labs, please visit their respective websites and use codes GUB20 or Bookworm12 to get a discount off their selected products. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.